because we are close. What is talking to the president, if you're not putting, yes. Years as vice president, we had to be begging for money all over the place, raising money to sustain you. What contacts did you establish as vice president? What? It shows today. Everyone can see your campaign. It's a dysfunctional juggernaut led by people who have bought into this hype which we created, hype which we are sucking the life out of now. We will suck the life out of you. Knock the wind out of your sail. The wind we put in your sail will take it back. How dare you call us insignificant when you were in political nobody after 2017 and we resurrected that dead political carcass of yours. And you show us ingratitude and wickedness. Well, our falling out with George, we did. Fundamental. The issues about which we disagree with us, we are still issues that we're concerned about. But we're not here to give you power so that you turn it over to Jeremiah King and Prince Johnson. Jeremiah is a Liberian citizen. If he wishes to run for president, it is his right to run for president. But to hide behind you, he and his warlord, his murdering, lunatical, deranged, unstable warlord godfather. We're not going to give the country to a warlord. Everybody used Prince Johnson in this country. Ellen used him to come to power. George Weah used him too. But neither Ellen nor Weah brought Prince Johnson this close as you, Joe Boakai, have brought him. You know what Joe Boakai did? Subsequently, Joseph Boakai reached out to me about a week or so later. I have that proof here too. I will show you as well. He said, Henry, now he has seen coming to be his cow now to be milking. Let milk the man. He said, Henry, can you get like that you Remy, my dependable nephew? Do you think you can get Alex to donate $300,000 to the JMB Foundation? He tried to make it look like it's money for the foundation because he doesn't want to say for Cummins to give me money. Do you think you can get Cummins to donate $300,000 to the JMB Foundation for some initiatives, making it sound all decent and professional? I said, well, Uncle, let me think about it and I'll refer to you. To be honest with you folks, I never asked Mr. Cummins. You had just eaten the man's 45,000 US for a trip you had no interest in. Now you're asking me to go back to Alex Cummins through his people and make a request for $300,000. Then he said, you know, he might be inclined to give us the money because he wants something from me. So this is the honest man. This is the honest Joe Boakai. The Joseph Boakai that is supposed to be a decent, honorable man is asking me to go to Alex Cummins under the pretext of being inclined to grant Cummins' request for him, Joe Boakai, to recuse himself from the political race and raise Cummins' hand. So he wanted me to go now to Cummins to go and get another $300,000 from Alex Cummins. I never did. I never delivered that message to Alex Cummins because I knew Joe Boakai was dishonest. Then I asked Cummins for $300,000 to give to Joe Boakai when Boakai had just made a fun of Cummins in Ghana at a meeting Cummins gave him money for. This is and these are things we could not come to the public to disclose these things. We could not do these things because we were in too deep. We were in too deep. And so what did I do?
Distinguished colleagues, this is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already tell me print. But before you print, come back to me.
There is nothing in that paragraph that indicated that money should be printed.
The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. What a pleasant way to welcome all of you to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kine Oliver Kine. I'm here today on this wonderful Thursday, being made from the nation's capital, Monrovia. There are too many things to talk about in the Republic. The citizens of the borough of Negro Town, district number 16, were able to issue a statement to the Liberian government and our international partners. They are calling for the Honorable Supreme Court of our country to respect the laws of our country by ruling in what will be defined as the law. They are also asking for sanctity to be restored at the level of the Liberian National Legislature. They are also warning that the quote-unquote majority bloc stop what they are doing and return to democracy. They're talking tough, but again, we'll play you the petition, the entire statement that was made by the people of the borough of Negro Town. The borough is one of the oldest establishments in the Republic of Liberia. Very autonomous for their action. They have their own autonomy. That borough is a respectable institution. We're going to talk about it. Ahead of the March 26th hearing by the Supreme Court of Liberia, citizens of the borough of Negro Town decided to go on. Individuals decided to send a caveat that an attempt for lawmakers to remain suspended by the illegal majority bloc of the House of Representatives. They're going to take over the city of Monrovia. When the people in the borough of Negro Town say something, they mean it. Even the oldest amongst them, the elders who are holding stick will even come out That's how committed the people of Negro Town are with reference to issues that concern them so much. Let's hope, and let's pray, and let's wish that in the end there's going to be peace in this country, and our country is not going to be in pieces. On the flip side of issues, marketeers, young girls and boys, petty traders in Monrovia are calling on President Joseph Yoma Boakai and his government to stop inflicting injuries, hardship, and poverty on all of them. For them, their only issue is to survive. They just want to survive. They just want to do business to survive. But according to them, the government is currently pushing them away from their hustle area and thereby leading to economic difficulties across the country. And this, in our opinion, is totally contrary to what President Boakai said during the campaign. And so we'll play the voices of the protesting marketeers on today, and at the same time go for President Joe Boakai's voice when he was campaigning to become president. And this is not what he told the marketeers. He did not tell them that he will leave them in vulnerability. He did not tell them that he's going to leave them when they need him the most. He did not tell them that he was going to shut them down from doing their business. All of these, plus many other conversations, will form the basis of today's edition of the program. More so, we have witnessed something very unusual. Whenever you are dismayed, whenever you are suspended, that's when you find people mustering the courage to come and say things about you that they were not able to say when you were actively involved in governance. I've seen it, I've heard about it, I've read about it, and I'm living it. The people who used to be cheering, praise singing, and mentioning good things about Emma Metier Glasgow on today are the folks who are currently saying disparaging things about her and discrediting all of what she has been doing in this life. You got to be extremely careful how you proceed with working with people, because sometimes you're going to stick your neck on the line. You're going to support people beyond level. You're going to support people to the letter. When one mistake happens, that mistake is being capitalized on to ruin your image and reputation. By the end of the day, what sets you apart is your ability to stand through troubling time. Let's take a break. When we come back, we bring you all of these conversational issues right here on the platform 87.9 in the Republic of Liberia. Those of you who keep playing the cash giveaway, remember on today we are giving $10,000, and I'm hoping that we'll give a lot of people that money. I'm hoping that we'll not talk a lot. I'm hoping that we'll give too many of our people that money. So the way you get it is to go through your telephone. Those of you from Lone Star Cell, MTN, mobile money users, you can dial star 799 star 70 hatch. I repeat, star 799 star 70 hatch, and that will practically give you $10,000 if you're lucky. The more you play, the better your chances are. If we are lucky, we're going to be having a golden winner today. If we are lucky, we're going to be having a golden winner today. Somebody might win $50,000. It depends on how well it is going to be. It is going to be as a result of how well people are going to be playing. And so we take a break to be right back. Dedicating this entire edition to our staff, Miss Marilyn Griffiths of our staff. She's walking from the United Methodist University. And today, Marilyn Griffiths is graduating from the United Methodist University. That's a wonderful, wonderful feat. And so we are dedicating our entire presentation today to Miss Marilyn Griffiths of our staff. She's going to be walking away with a bachelor's degree from the United Methodist University. As a matter of fact, I'm even told that the degree has been conferred on her, bringing to speed a lot of the folks here at our entity with 2 million papers. So that's what it is. Let's take a break. So be right back on 87.9.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime and report it, don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. My part to report it. Crime stopper, get people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, get people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kind. The docket is very, very occupied today. There's a whole lot we're talking about on today's edition, and I'm hoping that I will have the length of time to talk about what we intend to talk on today, and at the same time to give away a lot of money to our people. That's what we're going to be doing. So we are hoping to give a lot of money to our people, and at the same time we are hoping again to talk about all of the issues happening in the country. So let me repeat, today's edition is being dedicated to my own sister Marilyn Griffiths of our staff. Marilyn Griffiths is walking away today from the United Methodist University, UMU, with a bachelor's degree, and that is very, 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 very welcoming for our entity, Freedom Radio Liberia. We are proud that we're bringing an additional degree home to roast. This is an incredible feat being achieved by our sister Marilyn Griffiths of our staff, and all of you who are graduating from the university. From the United Methodist University today, we want to say hats up to all of you. My dear sister Josephine Kaifa. Jojo is celebrating her birthday. She's graduating from the University of Liberia as well. Jojo, hats up to you. Congratulations. You're walking away with a degree, with a bachelor's degree in procurement from the United Methodist University. Jojo Kaifa. My dear sister Jojo Kaifa of the UMU, you're walking away today with a bachelor's degree in procurement from the United Methodist University. That is our school. The school belonging to the Methodist people in Liberia. Interestingly, we are in crisis, but that's different day, different conversation. But let's say hats up to all of you graduating. It is a wonderful thing. I mean, it is difficult to go to school, right? It is difficult to go to school, and it is difficult to go to school. And so when somebody reaches the point of attaining an academic feat, it is essential that we elevate it. It is essential that we celebrate that person. It is a great thing that we have them recognized for their academic achievement. And this is what we are doing to those of whom we will bestow our praises on. Those of whom we will recognize. And so, yeah, our sister, if they are jealous of you today, that's their business. Oh yes, if they jealous of you today, that's their business. Our sister Marilyn Griffiths, you walk away today with a bachelor's degree from the United Methodist University, and so that's what it is. Josephine Kaifa as well. You getting your degree from the UMU in procurement. Yeah, I'm just hoping that you will start doing some procurement orders around here. Give me some contract. I got goods and stuff. I got entities that I can supply your company and stuff with. But that's what it is today. And so we're going to be jumping to the next conversation. Now, let me say this to our people before we start the main conversation. We're talking about a few issues. We'll talk about the Negro Town people. We talk about President Bwaka and the marketeers in the country. Then we go home. I mean, those are the conversations we're going to be having. But there is something with the issue of President Bwaka and his suspension that we want to talk about, and we're gonna talk more about it, particularly with those who have been suspended, ranging from Emma Mentier Glasgow down to Rostodin Swakoko Dennis and the LTA commissioners. There's a whole lot happening about those issues that we intend to talk about here on the platform, and so it is very, very important we do so. But mind you, if you are there, I am here. The cash giveaway is on. You can win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars if you're lucky. Just by dialing star 799 star 70 hatch. It will take you directly to your mobile money page, and you can do whatever transaction you want to do. Mind you, the more you play, the better your chances are. So we'll give a lot of money today, hopefully to a lot of people. So you can keep the transactions coming in, and that will place you in a better position to be one of the lucky winners on today's edition. Now, let me say this to our people. There are a whole lot going on in the country, and we would need the president to step in. When you suspend people, when people are being alleged to have committed acts of corruption, what is essential is when you have them suspended, excuse me, ensure that they be investigated so as to bring closure to that criminal allegation that is associated with them. The reason why it is important is because to every accused individual, the state is responsible to ensure that due process is accorded that person. He or she will be given the opportunity to defend himself or herself in court of competent jurisdiction, and it will be determined by the court based on evidence beyond all reasonable doubt to either have the person declare guilty or not guilty through a process, that will be conducted by the court. Now, for you to suspend people and say, I'm suspending, for example, Emma Mathieu Glasgow because she's corrupt, she stole money, and you refuse to have her investigated But went ahead to replace her by appointing somebody, doesn't say anything good about good governance at all. When you suspend somebody for an act of corruption, take the person to court. It should not be a difficult thing. Since we have the LSCC, take the person to the LSCC. Let LSCC be able to look into the person's case. Make a determination as to whether the person is guilty or not. The anti-graft institutions will have to go back to you, the president, and say, look, we've gone through Emma Metier Glasgow's files, and we have identified that she's actually corrupt based on X, Y, and Z. Or we were able to go through her files, and we've been able to discover that allegations brought forth against her are unreal, they are not true, and so we did not find anything on her that we can use to persecute her. Then it will place you, the president, in a better position to make a determination as to whether that person will go back to their job or to be dismissed. But in the absence of subjecting individuals accused of being corrupt to an investigative panel and just going ahead to arbitrarily have that person replaced through the appointment of the quote-unquote acting, for me, it doesn't say anything good about good governance. It doesn't speak to rule of law. The IRS agenda has been heralded by this administration, will often point out rule of law as a major component of this administration. Now, when rule of law is going to be a major component of this regime, then I don't think people should be dismissed without due process. I don't think people should lose their jobs without due process. If you are convinced that XYZ is a rogue, is a criminal, did something wrong with the entity he or she was given to preside over, and you have sufficient evidence before you to indict the person and have them persecuted, come on, go directly to court, go directly to the requisite institutions and start the litigational process against that individual. People build their character over the period. People take a lot of time to build their academic credential and their professional files. To wake up one morning because of politics and take decisions that will have some external, consequences on individuals' portfolios. It doesn't say anything good about good governance. No, it is not a decent thing. So all those who are being accused of corruption, we are asking this government to do all of what they can in their power to have these individuals investigated. I don't think you are doing these things for political reasons. If it is for political reasons, let's just name the person that they are corrupt, whether we got evidence or not, and suspend them, because you want to appear like you're fighting corruption, then you are not doing good for the people of our country. If this person stole, make sure the person be investigated to pay. It should not be about, look at the last time what you did to the Central Bank of Liberia. You suspended Alosha Taru over allegation of he being corrupt. Under the cover of darkness, you invited him and gave him $300,000+ with the agreement to pay him 2 separate money, which will amount to close to $1.3 million at the end of the day. And that's what you've done. So after saying the man was corrupt, you went behind the scene to give the same corrupt man, over $300,000 because you want to settle him so that he will not take the government to court because of his illegal removal from the central bank. If you do not want people in your government to serve, if you do not want people who work in other administrations to serve in your government, and you think they should forget their position, look, it's very simple. Go to the person and say, look, Mr. Mame or Mr. Maguire, you are supposed to be here for the next 3 years, but I do not like you. I think you are a friend to Georgia, and I don't want to see you. We don't have to make fuss about it. I will calculate the remaining money you are supposed to make here. We'll pay you off in installment, but please resign. That way, it's better. It's better that way than, to bring up allegations against people that you are not willing to defend in court. For me, it doesn't make sense that you will accuse people of being corrupt and you are not willing to go to court to prove the allegation of corruption against those people. So we are calling for a closure to the Emma Matthew Glasgow situation. We're also asking you to run out of your investigation and stuff into the LTA situation, because we need these people need to be cleared out, or we need them to pay the money to the government if they stole. That's simple. There is no argument about it. So if the LTA guys stole money, let them pay. If not, let them be acquitted. If they are acquitted, the law says you got to pay them off, or you have them reinstated. You can choose what you want to do. Take Emma Glasgow to court. If she's guilty, let her pay every single cent she stole. If she is not guilty, pay her back, or you reinstate her. That's what rule of law is all about. I mean, I don't want to believe that you place error in the IRS agenda, which is supposed to represent the rule of law, when the very rule of law is not being upheld and respected by this administration. It is not sounding well to Liberians. It is not sounding well to our partners. It is not sounding well to good governance. So I don't want to say more. One thing that I know for a fact is that you have a responsibility as a government to uphold the laws of the country. Stop all of the issue of illegal removal and dismissal. Stop all of these issues, because they are not going to help. They are certainly not going to help. So that's why it is. Now let's move on to another conversation. Let's move on to something else. Our people in Negro Town have petitioned the Liberian government and our international partners on something very, very concerning to them. And that is where we want to go to. There is a serious situation happening in the country with the Capitol Hill situation. On the 26th of this month, the Supreme Court of Liberia is supposed to be hearing the Bill of Information as prayed for by Speaker Jonathan Fonanti Kofa and members of the House of Representatives against Richard Nangbe-Kun, the purported speaker, and members of the majority bloc. Liberians are concerned about the independence of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Liberians are concerned, and I repeat, about the role of the Supreme Court of our country. The law says the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice in this country. And that court has the right and constitutional responsibility to interpret legal matters in the country where the citizens are confused over a particular subject of constitutionality or a particular issue that borders on governance. Those lawyers, those justices on the bench of the Supreme Court are clothed with the constitutional authority to render judgments. And their decisions are often binding. Because under our governance structure, the architectural design of our government, or the governance system of our country, their decision remains final. They are the final arbiter of justice. They say you can go to jail, you go to jail. Instead, the president want to have a presidential clemency or pardon on you, and it depends on the kind of crime you commit now. The president can say, oh, you know what, I'm putting on some prisoners today, and I'll put the person outside. But once the Supreme Court nails something, that thing is done. And that's why Liberians are concerned about the independence of the court. Liberians are looking up to the court to restore law and order in the country. The reason why a citizen can be brave today to go flog policemen in Monrovia is because there was a time a policeman got brave to flog lawmaker in the capital. Am I making sense? The reason an ordinary citizen today can jack up policeman and put slap in your ear. We got over 20 videos in this country. Under President Obama, why you find citizens fighting police? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's a right thing to do. I'm not saying that's something better to do. No. But the reason why it is becoming common for citizens to flog police people in this country is because citizens watch on the screen and saw policemen beating lawmaker with baton, pepper spray, breaking lawmaker hand. Whatever my name, what is his name? Luther Collins from Bapalo County broke his hand with baton. All because of lawlessness. All because the Supreme Court had an opportunity to rule. The Supreme Court had an opportunity to rule in the particular case at the legislature, but choose to provide an ambiguous ruling that nobody can understand, thereby escalating tensions of capital. The court was supposed to be definite in her position. The court was supposed to ensure that her opinion, her judgment will reflect directly on who's proceeding wrongly or not. Instead, the court made matter worse. The court could not declare anybody guilty. The court could not declare anybody, the victor. At the end of the day, both sides went back celebrating and the confusion continued. The bill of information has been filed by Speaker Kofa. We are kindly asking the Supreme Court of our country to see that particular decision that they will be making on the 26th. The hearing will be done on the 26th. It is left with them to decide on the 26th or to reserve their ruling for another date. It is our plea to the Supreme Court to consider the fragile peace of Liberia in a decision that will be made by them, as the bill of information will be heard on that day. We have also gotten a clear statement following the ruling, the ambiguous ruling. We also got a clearer interpretation by Justice Bese, declaring the actions of the majority bloc members as ultra vires, which is contrary to the rule of law, legal proceedings, and what the law says. His statement is a public record. His statement is before us. We can refer to it every single day. Now, the bill of information before the court, is going to go for hearing on the 26th. And we are hoping that on the 26th, judgment can be done. If not, another day, judgment can be arranged. But we are kindly asking the court. We are getting sufficient information that there are top officials of this government who are trying to manipulate the court. It has been alleged that senior officials of this government are trying to financially induce justices on the bench of the court. It is an allegation. These are allegations we are gathering. We're getting reports that it has been alleged that senior officials of this government are trying to manipulate the court. They're trying to financially induce the justices on the bench of the Supreme Court to render judgment that will favor the illegal majority bloc of this country. In the interest of sustaining the peace of Liberia, in the interest of preventing bad precedents, in the interest of safeguarding the Constitution and protecting the rule of law in this country, we plead with our justices. We plead with members of our House, of our Supreme Court, to see the law as the only instrument that will decide their judgment. We are not saying it is true that they've given you money. We are not equally disputing that they are giving you money. What we are asking is, regardless of whatever is being allegedly reported to have happened between you guys and the executive, we are asking that you allow your legal consciousness to be awakened. We are asking that you allow the constitutional spirit to be awakened. Your action during the period of the Bill of Information hearing and after, including the judgment, should be actions that will be triggered by what the Constitution says and not what is being alleged to be dished out by people in higher places in this government. The country benefits when the rule of law is upheld. The country is better when people are law-abiding. And that's why the citizens of District 16, the borough of Nicotown, that's why they are sounding a caveat. It doesn't take the whole village to start noise. It can only take one villager to start causing trouble, and the whole village will be in disarray. What more about the people of Nicotown? What more about the people of the borough? Our country is very small. You find the people issuing statements that they will not accept anything other than the rule of law. These statements should serve as a guardian tool to our Supreme Court. Today is the 20th of March. 6 days from now, the court will be hearing the Bill of Information. And we are hoping that it will bring to bear what is happening up Capitol. Our lawmakers, some of our lawmakers, particularly the majority bloc lawmakers, should be respecters of the law. They should understand that the law of the country is above all other laws. When these guys go to election and there is some electoral dispute in their counties, in their districts, when somebody is challenging their election, they go to the National Elections Commission hearing office. They are not satisfied. They go to the office of the Board of Commissioners. When they are not still satisfied, these lawmakers go to the Supreme Court. Anthony Williams, who can always put his hand up to vote for illegal actions at the legislature. Anthony Williams is noted for putting his hand up for illegal actions. My own friend Steve Tikwa is noted for putting his hand up for illegal action to be taken at the level of the majority bloc. These two lawmakers became representatives today because the Supreme Court issued an opinion in their respective elections. Somebody questioned Anthony Williams, Steve Tikwa in Riverside County, District Number 2. They questioned his election. It was dragged at the local level in Riverside. It came to Monrovia at Naha office. It had to be settled at the Supreme Court. It was the Supreme Court that ruled and declared Steve Tikwa representative of Riverside County District Number 2 today. So you can't have lawmakers there telling the Supreme Court you can't interfere in legislative matter when these people decided some of you. They decided on some of you fit to become lawmakers in this country, but you turn around and you say they cannot. That is where we will be asking the court to be firm in her decisions. Anthony Williams was challenged by Buffer Chambers, the former speaker. They went through the Board of Commissioner level, the hearing office, the Board of Commissioners. It was the Supreme Court that had to look at a certain speaker. A certain speaker. And did a ruling. It was that ruling that led to the process that made Anthony Williams represented today. The court had to intervene. Why Anthony Williams did not run to somewhere else? And he had to run to the Supreme Court. And I found Liberians who claim to be educated will open their mouths on social media and start spewing out, funny information that the Supreme Court cannot intervene, but this same court was able to decide the fate of a good portion of the lawmakers on Capitol Hill. That's what we are asking. The laws are clear. Our fundamental governmental structures, the structures are very clear, separate. But they can coordinate. The lawmakers make the law. When you make the law, your responsibility ends right there. When you make the law, your responsibility ends right there. Sometimes the very law you make, you don't even understand it as the representatives. So when you make the law, it ends right there. That law you make, you can make the law and implement it. It's not in your power. So when you make the law, you go back to your Capitol building seat and sit down in your office. The executive will go and implement the law that you've made. That is their job. If they are implementing the laws and people feel offended by the law, or people have some misunderstanding of what the law is, the judiciary will come in and provide interpretation to say this is what the framers meant when they said this. This is what the framers were thinking when they wrote this. In the spirit of this, this is what the law says. They will do the interpretation. And so you do not have the right to want to question the Supreme Court's involvement into the matter. Our country is not a rebel country. That rebel country, the strongest man with the strongest Zangale Goa can come and issue a statement, and that statement remain law and gospel. But in a democratic space like Liberia, decisions are supposed to be challenged in the court. Be thankful that people are taking their complaints to the court and not to the bushes. Be thankful that people are taking their complaints to the court and not to the bushes. In 1990s, in 1980s, people did not go to court. They went to the bushes to seek redress to issues of how you call it, injustices against them, humiliation, suppression. They took their complaint to the bushes. They didn't go to the court. We should be happy that we are living in a dispensation where Liberians are gravitating to taking their matters to the court for redress instead of the bushes. Because when you go to the bushes, the very court will not exist. When you go to the bushes, the very legislature will not exist. The very presidency will not exist. There's going to be jungle justice. The stronger AK-47 will survive. That is not what Liberians want. That's why we are going to the court. That's why Liberians are opting for legal redress through the court system. So there should be no reason why we should underestimate the power of the court. And that's why we also want the court to understand the nature of the power that she has. The court is powerful. Particularly the Supreme Court is the fulcrum, the backbone to the governance structure of our country. That's why we will need the court to be firm in her actions. Supreme Court justices are not having the privileges and opportunities of having security, personnel, convoy, and sirens and things with them for nothing. It is because of the nature of the job. It's because of how important you are to the society. That's why you're given all of the different protections that you need. And so you do not need, you don't have to make decisions out of fear. Or you do not have to be subjected to political coercion. You are tenure position holders. Until your tenure expires, nobody has the right to remove you except for a cause. And that cause must be done in line with the law, in accordance with due process. So why are you afraid? If at all you are afraid, why are you? I know that the justices are not afraid. I know you are not afraid. It is possible you've been allegedly, reached out to by folks in the government to want to arm twist you. But I'm asking you people to be courageous and stand on the side of the law. Because at this moment, the peace of Liberia, the prosperity that we all think about and anticipate, the progress and future of this country is squarely on the shoulders of the 5 of you on the bench of the Supreme Court. You have that utmost responsibility to decide. An attempt for you not to decide in accordance with the law, whatever happens to this country, we will be very sad. But at the end of the day, history will reflect that the Supreme Court was unable to handle a particular matter that degenerated into something that we are not praying for. And so in the spirit of nationalism, in the spirit of unity, we're asking the court to be the court. Let the court be the court. Don't be subjected to any blackmail. Don't be subjected to any pressure. Don't allow political influence to arm twist your judgment. The laws are clear. There is a standard protocol in this country on how lawmakers can be replaced, how they can be removed. There are laws on the book on how representatives can be, speakers can be removed. The House of Representatives got our own rules. Until you can have 49 present to affix a signature and question and raise an issue with the speaker while he's presiding, that issue be received. His speaker recuse himself. Once there are 49 signatories, he recuse himself. Turn over to the next in line to preside. Have him forwarded to the Committee on Rules, Order, and Administration for investigation. Following the investigation, the plenary will receive a report from the Committee on Rules, Order, and Administration. That committee report will be opened up for subsequent discussions. At the end of the discussion, a decision will be made through votes. Through votes. Votes will be taken as to whether to accept the committee's report or not. In most instances, it will be, should he be removed or not? Members of the House in a given session will decide through voting. When they vote, a majority of them, like the law will require for the 9, put their hand on and say, Funati, we now want you again. Funati Kofa is no longer speaker. That is easy. Anything on the contrary is lawless. It is not difficult to understand. So our court should not be dangling in deciding on those kind of matters. And that's why our people from Negro Town were able to issue this particular caveat. We'll play the Negro Town people voice, and we'll come back. We'll give some people few thousands of dollars. We'll give some people a few thousands of dollars. We'll play the Negro Town people petition quickly. When we come back, we give people some money. We are hoping that we'll get some of the 10,000 right away. But let's come back and get some loyalty money out. $1,000 out of some people. Then later on, we'll check the basket and see who's going to win $10,000. So yeah, so we're giving people a chance to win. We're giving people the chance to win. So keep playing *79 and *70#, and you could be one of the luckiest of winners here on the platform.
Political activism, the borough has continuously contributed in shaping the political climate of Liberia, the fight for justice and equality and inclusion for all Liberians. As one of the champions of multi-party democracy in Liberia, the borough has been the center for rallying everyone concerned about genuine political change. Today, we are witnessing with dismay the total disregard for constitutional provisions and established procedures of political contest. More so, this disregard has extended to disobeying rulings of the final arbiter of justice, the Supreme Court of the Republic. Even more troubling, this is happening in a clear and plain view of opposition political parties. the civil society, the religious community, and Liberia's international partners. This flagrant disregard for our Constitution and established procedure seems to have found an unfamiliar theme with supporters and actors of the government of Liberia. The opposition political parties, including the Congress of Democratic Change, CDC, the Alternative National Congress, ANC, the National Patriotic Party, NPP, and others have all failed to erase any strong stance against the onslaught being carried out on the organic laws of Liberia. We need to remind these political parties that their existence today is as a result of the blood, sweat, and tears of sons and daughters of the borough of Nikutan. The CDC especially, which enjoy mass support from the borough, must begin to position itself as the main opposition political party and rally the country to put an end to this power grab that smells with the stench of the true party. Ambassador George Manuel and other political leaders must muster stronger courage to ensure that there be compliance with the rule of law. The lukewarm posture of the opposition, even in the midst of the purported suspension of their members, is sending the wrong signal and accomplices rather than an option to the current government style. The Liberian religious community, which has been a champion for tolerance, has suddenly gone silent and appears to be in agreement with the impasse occurring at the legislature. This community of leaders are fast eroding the trust of the society, and very soon their action will be called order. The largest civil society which have led protests against tyranny on the days of the TWP have surprisingly gone to sleep with the waves of bad governance and trust. And therefore, protest speaker, while we await the decision on the field of information filed before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of Liberia is strongly reminded that it has a pivotal role in protecting the rule of law in Liberia. It can never be ambiguous in its ruling. The court previous ruling of ultra-virus in a case involving members of the House of Representatives has drawn us closer to a full-blown constitutional crisis because of the lack of understanding of its intended audience. We hope the next ruling will be simple, explicit, and put an end to everything that is happening. The majority bloc must desist from suspending other lawmakers duly elected to represent their people because they fail to recognize their power grab. We, the people, will be forced to revoke our power against them if they do not revoke all purported suspension against members of the legislature who do not agree with it. The executive branch of government must stop facilitating this governance malfeasance and return to its constitutional responsibility. As one of the historical centers of the political activism, good governance, and democratic principles, the borough remains committed to play an active role in the restoration of these principles. We will continue to engage other communities in the coming days in designing strategies that will help us protect the value of multi-party democracy and the adherence to constitutional order and the rule of law. Long live Liberia, and may God bless the nation state.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that's it. That's it. So you heard the borough of Nikutown already issued their statement. They want, amongst other things, they will want the Supreme Court, like I was saying, to be very clear, more clearer than the first ruling. That's what the borough is demanding. Number two, the quote-unquote illegal suspension of their colleagues, of the members of the House of Representatives, should be automatically halted. Now, somebody is asking, why are you referring to the suspension as illegal, but the police are concerned about it. It's very simple. We can go get some people money, right? It is very simple. The reason is because they how to call this thing? The executive branch of government is doing business with the illegal majority bloc. So when the majority bloc go ahead and suspends a member of the House of Representatives who is standing with the law, President Baka and people can go to the Ministry of Finance, because the lawmakers take pay through the Ministry of Finance, and block the person's salary. So as we speak, Representative Foko and other people have not taken pay for over 3 months. They block their salaries because they have refused to join majority bloc for lawlessness. Foko cannot go to Ministry of Finance and pay himself. The executive branch of government is supposed to pay every single employee of the government, and the lawmakers are of no exception. But since the executive branch is in bed with the majority bloc and their ultra-virus attitude, they started blocking lawmaker salaries. Some of these lawmakers are people who can help their district people. They're also making intervention in the lives of people in their districts. But because the government is supporting lawlessness, that's why the government is listening to the illegal gavel in Richard Kuhn's hands to continue to suspend lawmakers in the country and withholding their salaries and other benefits. It is wrong. It is wrong, but that is the conversation. That's what happened in the country. Let's go and give few persons some money. Let's see what we can give. We can give this $1,000 to a few persons quickly. Then we go back to the lines. We'll take few calls on the matter. Then we'll go to our next topic. We'll take few calls on the matter. We'll go to our next topic. But let's call a few of our people right here. Few people on the line who will be receiving some money. Yeah, if you can play and you can win, most often the system can give people small money. So now you get some 2,000. So now you get some 1,000. 5,000, depending on how much it's giving you. So let's see if we can talk to this first person on the line. Let's see if the first person is available right now. To pick up $1,000. Let's see if the first person is available. If not, then we'll run to the second person. The phone is ringing. The phone is ringing. Let us see if we can get this person. No way. They are not picking up. That person would have received $5,000. They are not picking up. Let's go to the other person. That was a $5,000 person. I don't know how much this person is going to win. I don't know how much this person is going to win for being a regular player. But let me go and try it. And see what's happening. Let's see who this person is. Okay, this person is busy. This particular person is busy. Let us try that person again. Quickly. But you can still keep playing star 799 star 70 hatch to win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's see this person. Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
My name is Kale from Freedom Radio Liberia, Chief.
How you do, sir?
We're great. Your number has received 1,000 Liberian dollars. Can you confirm?
Thank you so much.
Okay. It is because you are a regular player. Congratulations, and keep playing. The bigger one could come.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Star 799 star 70 hatch. We'll put you through. Let's go to this other person on the line and see if we can give them some money. Okay. Let's see if we can give them some money. I don't know how much this person will receive, but by the time I finish calling them, the number will pop up and I will see how much they were able to receive as a regular player. Let's see quickly. Then we go to our lines and talk to some callers. Let's see if this person is available. All right. Let us see if this person is certainly available. Who could this person be? At the moment? Who could this person be? Let's see. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yeah,
How are you, Chief?
I'm fine. You?
We're great. We're calling you from Freedom Radio Liberia, sir.
Yes.
Our system is reflecting that you got $1,000 from Radio Entertainment Liberia. Can you confirm it? Okay. It's because you are a regular player. Congratulations. And keep playing. You could win something bigger.
Yeah, $1,000. Thank you.
Okay. All right, my brother. Thank you very much. You won $1,000. So we'll leave it right there and continue to take to navigate and see who's going to be winning the $10,000. There's going to be a lot of $10,000 going on. Let's see who are going to win it. Star 79 and star 70 hash will place you in that category. Now let's go over. Let's go over right now to the phone lines and talk to some of our people. It has been clear. We are being told that is what they are doing. But before then, I don't want to waste your time. I just want to bundle all the two conversations. Then we go take calls on it. Yes, I want to bundle the two conversations. So just hold on. In 10 minutes time, let's do this for our people. In 10 minutes time, let us do this, please. In 10 minutes time, we'll have this conversation. Then we'll go to the phone lines and talk to our people. Excuse me. President Baka told our people recently that during the election, that marketeers can go do business. They bring their goods to the country, nobody can buy it. That time, President, we are in power. That's what President Baka used to be saying during the campaign time. Let's go play his voice. Take your time. Let's go play his voice. Listen. Listen. Let's play his voice.
Go our country. See how people work. They work hard. There's nothing. Some of you here, young ladies, you go to Nigeria to buy goods. Today, you can't go there. You don't have the money. You don't have the money because even when you bring the goods, the people don't have money to buy. You don't have the money because even when you bring the goods, the people don't have money to buy. You can't go there. You go to Nigeria to buy goods. Today, you can't go there. Some of you here, young ladies, you go to Nigeria to buy goods. Today, you can't go there. You don't have the money. You don't have the money because even when you bring the goods, the people don't have money to buy. And if the people don't buy, you can't go back.
Okay. That was the campaign time. So you see it? During the campaign, President Baka told the people in this country that there are people who used to go Nigeria on a Jawiata. Women used to go buy their goods and people can buy their goods because there was no money in the country. That's why he said to the women when he was campaigning. On today, the same marketeers have come out to cry on him for how his government officials are treating them. But when you listen to what he said during the campaign first.
Today, you can't go there. You don't have the money. You don't have the money because even when you bring the goods, the people don't have money to buy. And if the people don't buy, you can't go back. We sit here in a country. It's about
2 years back. You were able to sell how many?
Okay, so that is what he said. Now let's go to the next thing that he said during the campaign again.
My fellow Liberians, this is Joe Borkai. Together we can make history on the 14th of November. That is a day of hope for all of us because we can correct the mistake that we made 6 years ago when we elected someone who has only lied and hurt our people. This time,
when he was asking for Liberians to vote for him in 2023, he said the country made a mistake to have voted for somebody who lied and hurt the country. He said, President, we are lied and hurt the country. I just play you a voice where he was giving market women hope that things will get better if they vote for him. Now, I'm also playing this one where he was asking them now to vote for him, and he was providing reason why they should vote for him. According to him, President, we have lied to the people. He had done a lot of things to the people that hurt the people, so that's why he wanted them to vote for him. Listen to it.
Because we can correct the mistake that we made 6 years ago when we elected someone who has only lied and hurt our people. This time, We can make things differently by voting for the rescue team, which is the Rescue One on number 1, and save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine. From the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine. And save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine.
Okay. Save Liberia from the drug in the street, unemployment, lack of food and medicine. That's what he was saying to us last year. I mean, 2023. Those are things that he said. Yesterday we were here. Lofa County registered the highest this year in terms of drugs that came to the country. Drugs are still in the streets of Monrovia. We still got drugs operating in the country, in fact, worse than before. All the children now, they have whole feet boss, social souls on it. Don't we have hunger in the country anymore? It has been 1 year, 3 months. Any serious matter government will be able to solve that problem significantly. In fact, I am told that hunger has increased to another height than what it was under Ellen and Weir.
And save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine.
Save Liberia from the drug on the street, unemployment, lack of food and medicine. Joseph Boakai has Sekou Dukle at the Freeport of Monrovia, who is about to sack 420 Liberians, contractors, to put them out of job. Under George Weah, President Boakai was telling people about unemployment in the country. How people never had a job. That he wanted them to elect him so that they will address the issue of unemployment, drugs, and hunger in the country. But Sekou Dukle is about to sack 420 contractors at the Freeport. Mamaka Belete and Colina Kratoba sacked 800 human beings from the Ministry of State. Sally Tyler and the rest of the people at the Ministry of Transport dismissed 207 Ministry of Transport inspectors and filing clerks and different workers. 480 EPS personnel were removed from their payroll at the level of the EPS. And on a daily basis, a lot of folks are being dismissed from this government because of their tribal alignment, their political alignment. Under Mr. Boakai. So what is the unemployment rate now in the country? When 420 persons come in lost a job. But when he was begging for your votes, he said the reason why he wanted you to vote against Weah was because he wanted to address the issue of unemployment. So to address unemployment, you got to dismiss 800 persons from the Ministry of State. To dismiss, to address unemployment, you got to dismiss 420 persons from the Ministry, from the National Port Authority, 207 from the Ministry of Transport, 480 plus from the EPS. Today, the former EPS members are still downhearted. The only gun carrying the country. People who are trained to fight guns, you took their job. They are homeless. They are jobless. Those are the who ain't got money to rent. They don't even know what they and the family will go to. But he was telling people that he will make them. He will address the issue of hunger. Listen to it.
Time, we can make things differently by voting for the rescue team, which is the Rescue One on number 1, and save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine.
The drug in the street, unemployment, lack of food and medicine. My people, how much for the bag of rice right now in the country? How much you are buying bag of rice under George Weah? How much you buying bag of rice right now under Joe Boakai? Because he said the reason why he wanted you to remove Weah to put in there is to address the issue of food insecurity in the country. This is his voice. Apparently, they thought we're not keeping these campaign promises. But we remind the Liberian people on a daily basis about the promises made.
In the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine. And lack of food and medicine. My fellow Liberians, together, let's make history on the 14th of employment and lack of food and medicine. Drugs in the street, and save Liberia from the drugs in the street, and save Liberia from the drugs in the street, unemployment, and lack of food and medicine. My fellow,
Are all the ghettos closed in the country right now? It has been 1 year, 3 months. Are all of the ghettos closed in the country right now? The place you used to know say ghetto or air before, the ghetto movement there? All of you listening to the radio, all the places you knew, or all the places you still know today, that ghetto used to be, are ghettos no longer there? Are all of the Zogos refined now? Don't we have Zogos anymore? In fact, Hassan Fadiga and Abi Kroma announced the arrival of new drugs, zombie, in this country. Their tip is here, their clip is here. It is not the worst one. The worst one is the marketeers, our poor mothers. This morning, I said last week, this morning they were crying on the radio. They were protesting in Monrovia because instead of President Bagai helping them, you know,
have been continuously harassed about those city police officers. Good morning, sister.
Good morning.
Your name?
My name is Nora Appleton.
Nora Appleton. Nora Appleton, I'm seeing your facial expression. It does not tell that you are happy.
Yeah.
Why?
They refuse for us to see it. One more now, they want for us to see it. And some of our children coming to school in time, they be financing. I having 2 children. My children get back to come to school in time. I got my children photo. I can show you the photo. My 2 children, one are 4 years old and one are 18 years old. And I didn't market doing to sustain my children. And I had nothing to do with the market. I did business we've been doing from open top on anytime. I did business we've been doing. I want to school best sustain our family. Some of us renting before us says there was enough for our paying rent. And then someone I said one money who tell you for no money. We have to pay. So if we not say I was sustain our children and the children depending on us, then they say money say. So we say no to it.
The government is saying that you should go in the market or leave the streets for your own safety. Do you think that's a bad thing?
The government can't market. The government, we will not refuse to go in market, but we don't have market error. Now what we can send out to say, they tell us when I sell the quota, we agree. Anything they blow, we should say and tell the table the broom and thing they cover in the well, we agree. We told the mayor came later, we told the mayor, that what we depend on. That the market was succeeding, we fought for the government. That was our platform. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now
Appleton. No, after I'm seeing your facial expression, it does not tell that you are happy.
Yeah.
Why?
We do nothing to them for you. All I want as we speak. They refuse for us to see it. One more now, they want for us to see it. And some of our children coming to school in time, they be financing. I having 2 children. My children get back to come to school in time. I got my children photo. I can show you the photo. My 2 children, one are 4 years old and one are 18 years old. And I didn't market doing to sustain my children. And I had nothing to do with the market. I did business we've been doing. From open top on anytime I did business we've been doing. I want to school been sustain our family. Some of us renting before one says there was enough for our paying rent. And then they say when I say one money, who tell you for no money, we have to pay. So if we not say I was sustain our children, and the children depending on us, then they say when I say, so we say no to it.
The government is saying that you should go in the market or leave the streets for your own safety. Do you think that's a bad thing?
The government can't market. The government, we will not refuse to go in market, but we don't have market error. Now what we can send out to say, they tell us when I sell the quota, we agree. Anything they blow, we should say and tell the table the broom and thing they cover in the well, we agree. We told the mayor came later, we told the mayor, that what we depend on. That the market was succeeding, we fought for the government. That was our platform. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to read BB soon. We told the mayor, that what we depend on. That the market was succeeding, we fought for the government. That was our platform. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to read BB soon. I agree. We told the mayor came later, we told the mayor, that what we depend on. That the market was succeeding, we fought for the government. That was our platform. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to read BB soon. I expect for us to see our children. I want to know in government school. I want to read private school. You selling it up. I want to know five of us. I want to know five of us. I want to know going to do. The BB school, I want to say I told the business to do it. We not get no other way to do. So if they say now when I say, what you expect us to say?
Your message to national government.
The government will look at us. Agree. We told the mayor came later, we told the mayor, that what we depend on. That the market was succeeding, we fought for the government. That was our platform. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to read BB soon. I expect for us to see our children. I want to know in government school. I want to read private school. You selling it up. I want to know five of us. I want to know five of us. I want to know going to do. The BB school, I want to say I told the business to do it. We not get no other way to do. So if they say now when I say, what you expect us to say?
Your message to national government.
The government will look at us. We women, we children. The government will pay for us. They come in when I exploit us. They don't come in look at all and feel sorry for us. See how we beautiful. What they do get to do? See how we looking. That children will get depending on how we live in balance. Some are living really. We are sure what the kind of school is. What they expect to do?
So you see what happened right there? Liberians are complaining. When President Bogart needed the presidency, sorry, we are back. We had a very technical issue. When President Bogart needed the presidency, he did not tell the people that this is what he would have done to them. No, he didn't tell them. When he needed the presidency, he didn't tell the people that this is what he would have done to them. Today, the murders are complaining. He told them, I'm not the one saying it. He told them how on a judge we are. They used to bring a goose. Nobody used to buy the goose in the country. On the president we are, nobody used to buy their goose. They used to bring a goose used to get rotten in the hand, and nobody can buy it. He became president, and his people are sweeping our people from their marketplaces, from the places they can sell. Now somebody is asking us question, why the people you want to lead a role? Oh, that today you want the people should lead the role? We're going to go to the lines. We're going to go take calls. That today you want people to leave the road? President, we have built the Douala market, a very big market structure. He built Douala market for people to go to and sell, to leave the road from Douala. These guys in power, these Unity Party people in power made politics out of it. Why do you move on the road for? If you move on the road, you will not get customer to the place that will pay. You won't carry out. You're with me on the road. So I can be enjoying the money there. You won't put you in the corner. That beautiful market structure in Douala, people abandoned it and they came back on the road to sell in Douala. Because this government in power, when they were in opposition, they play politics with the people's lives. President, we have built the Gorbachev market. Built the Gorbachev market. Several other market structures were built. Over 6 different market buildings were built in Gorbachev. Different goods. Only for the people to leave rail line and go to the market, to leave the main street and go to the market, because President Weah was doing the road from Coca-Cola factory to ERWA Junction. When he announced that people should leave the road and go to the market he was building, these same Unity Party people were pushing around and saying, oh, why you want to move around the road? No customer in that corner. You might not go there. Because of politics, you allow marketeers to develop the mindset that only on the road they can buy from them. When President Weah and his administration wanted to put these people in the market, the structures they built for them, when they wanted to send them there, you guys play politics and made it appear like people will not buy from them once they are not on the main car road. What you told them, the thing you taught them, the kind of attitude you made them to believe, the kind of life you made them to believe, that's what they are living. You heard it? Did you hear the woman say they're moving on the road and they don't have anywhere to take them? President, we have places to take the people. He built 2 big market structures, one in Douala, one all the way to rail line. He wanted these people to go there. If I want to buy jean trouser and I go to Ronald Street, I don't see jean trouser, and I know that the jean trouser people are in Gorbachev, I will go to Gorbachev. Where the goods and services are, that's where the demand will go. That's simple business. You don't need rocket scientists to say that to you. These Unity Party people, when they were in opposition, they made it appear like the marketeers shouldn't have gone off the road. Now you come to power, now you want to remove marketeers from the road. You're seizing their goods. You're seizing their goods. Look at what the lady is talking about. And these are people who voted you because you told them that you would have made it better for them. That's what you told them. You didn't promise them all of what they are going through.
I got my children photo. I can show you the photo. My 2 children, one are 4 years old and one are 18 years old. And I didn't market are doing to sustain my children. And I had nothing to do with the market. I did business we've been doing. For open time, for any time, I did business we've been doing. I went to school, been sustain our family. sustain my children, and I have nothing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing to do under the market. I the business we've been doing for open top on any time. I the business we've been doing. I want to school best I think our family. Some of us many people want to say they want enough for all paying rent, and then they say when I say one money, who tell you for no money, we have to pay. So when I say I was seeing our children, and they tell me depending on us.
Okay, so you hearing her? When President Baka went at the presidency, he did not make it appear like these people will suffer. In fact, he told them, "Say, look, you're not making money, you're not taking pay. I mean, people can buy your goods. Y'all got to vote for me so that their hunger will stop, so that unemployment will stop, so that employment day to make our mothers and our sisters to keep crying for their daily bread. That the employment day."
Then they say, when I say, so we say no to it.
The government is saying that you should go in the market or leave the streets for your own safety.
Okay. So you heard it? The journalist is asking the marketeers, the government said leave the street and go in the market for your own safety. The reason why these marketeers don't want to go to the market for their own safety is because when the people in power who won't put them in the market today, when they were in opposition, President I keep saying it, and every day we say these things, it can hurt you, but at your business. When President Weah was in power, he built 2 big market structures in this country. Go to Gorbachev, the place a whole villa. Serious amount of money was spent in that place so that we can decongest red light and punch the people in that corner. Look, once anything you're selling, but wait, excuse me, all of you who got your women into Ralphie Highway, you live in Murray, your girlfriend to Ralphie Highway. When you want to see her, you can go there. Your husband all the way in Cape Man, you in Murray, you want to see him, you can go there. Anything you want on this earth, no matter how far it is, you will find means to go there. If the only place is selling in the country was Douala, in the Douala market, and nobody's selling in town, people will go Douala to go buy because that's where the market is. That's where the goods and services are. When President Weah was doing it, trying to implement the law under Koji and other people, these people could not allow this to sail through. They could not allow it. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't allow it. They did not allow it. They were there telling our people, oh, you know what? Don't go to the market. Joey, I won't put you in the corner so people can buy from you. That is what you taught these people. The same thing you did with Yeke Koluba. You made Yeke to insult the sitting president. You didn't find it unpleasant. You didn't find it as something that was funny. You supported Yeke to insult President Weah any way he felt. Today, President Baka is a subject of insults by Yeke. You go tell Timon Fala to suspend him. You go tell Timon Fala to suspend Yeke because he's insulting President Baka. You taught the same man how to insult President Weah. Now he's insulting President Baka. You tell him majority block speaker to go suspend him. That's what you did to the marketeers. These market people who are selling, that's what you did to them. When we built the market as a country, when the market was built in Douala, when the market was built in Gorbachev, and the government thought to move them from the Gorbachev market, I mean from the rail line area to send them to Gorbachev, the government thought to remove them from Point 4 to send them in the Douala market. All of you made politics. Oh, Jawi, you must survive. That's why you moving from on the road where you get your customers to send you in the corner. Today, you want to do the same thing to the ladies. Now they are telling you they don't want to go in any corner because they are used to it. You told them say that on the road they can buy. So they're not going to join in any corner with you. You told them it is on the road that they can buy. During we have time, you say people can buy from people inside market. That on the road customers can come. That's why you told them. That's why they built in their mind. That's what they built in their mind. So you got to live with it. You got to allow these marketeers to sell. When you were campaigning President Barker, you told these people that you will give them opportunity. You told them that you will allow them to succeed, that their businesses will triumph. You didn't tell them that 1 month they will sit at home and they will not sell. You didn't tell them that they will not be able to send their children to school because their markets will not be going anymore. That's not what you told them. I play your voice here. Look at what the marketers are going through under you. And you said, y'all vote for me so that we can free the country of drugs. The ghettos are getting more than the schools right now in the country. The Zogos are becoming more than the street pastors that can be preaching in the street. The souls that our brothers and sisters got on their feet is unprecedented. That under your government will got solar panel come to the country where the people can strip their hair sabu and put a dross on it and stay in the sun. The more the sun is shining on the hair, that the more the man is getting intoxicated with the narcotic drugs. All of this is happening under your watch. Thankfully, Hassan Fadiga, Abi Kroma announced that a new drug has entered the Liberian market called Zombie. Where is the change? Where is the change? Let's hear the woman's morning will go take calls on all of the topics we've been talking about.
I want that school best I think our family. Some of our people want to say they want enough for all paying rent. And then they say when I say I want money, who tell me for no money, we have to pay. So when I say I was seeing our children and the children depending on us, then they say when I say so we say no to it.
The government is saying that you should go in the market or leave the streets for your own safety. Do you think that's a bad thing?
The government can all market. The government, we will not refuse you to go in market, but we don't have market error. Now what we can send out to say, they tell us when I put say on the quota, we agree. Anything they bring, we should say and tell the table the broom and thing they cover in the way. We agree. We told the mayor we told the mayor, say mayor, that what we depend on. That the market will succeed, we fought for the government. Not to supply for. We fought for the government, we're waiting her. Now I want to be soon. I didn't expect for us to see our children. I want to know in government school. I want to be in private school. You selling it up. I want to know for us. I want to know for us. I want to know for the Katia. The baby school, I want to say I told the business to do it. When I get no other way to do. So if they say now when I say, what do you expect to say?
Your message to national government.
The government will look at us. We women, we children. The government will pay for us. The government will not exploit us. Let the government look at us and feel sorry for us. See how we beautiful. What the government will get to do.
Okay, all right. So that's why it is. The Negro Town people are calling on the Supreme Court to rule. And this time their ruling should be very clear, void of ambiguity. At the same time, President Baga, who promised that marketeers are going to succeed under his watch, President Baga promised that hunger will end under his watch. He also promised that under his watch, there will be no drugs in the country. Interestingly, drug is on the increase. Marketeers are complaining about unfavorable marketing conditions while hunger continues to exist amongst the population of our country. People who used to eat food under Elling, eat good food under George Weah, those who have something to eat, this time they are complaining that it is not as it used to be. They were not 100% happy. They were not rich. They were not comfortable like that. But they said, even in their poverty is poverty pro max. Their one is more dangerous than what they used to go through. That is the Liberia you have. Our job is to tell you what they said when they were campaigning and to also say to you what is happening now that they got the power. Join us on 86500-104. They are the two. They are the numbers we have. 86500-104-776. 104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. My name is Kai. Your name and where you join us from. Let's go to the lines and talk to our people who want to participate on the different conversation. Let's go and talk to them. Two different discussions. You heard it. Negro Town people said the Supreme Court must rule according to the law, and they are asking for the lawmakers who were illegally suspended to have the illegal suspension removed, or else they will come outside. They will come outside. At the same time, the marketeers, you just heard it. So you follow the conversation, call us, and let's have your input on 87.9. We don't have the luxury of time. We had a time cut. So let's ration the time right now and go to the lines and talk to this person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing? Good afternoon, my dear brother. How are you, sir? Go ahead, my brother.
Supreme Court to bear the constitution, not only errors on the borough of New York, but in case who are in school with a balance at school during that day, and now to the Supreme Court like to explain to them. Because you cannot keep the people down for so many and people the only errors on the borough of New York, in case who are in school.
Okay. Okay, all right. So it means the whole Negro town will count us. Thank you very much. Let's talk to the international caller. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. Okay, all right, my brother. Thank you very much. Let's talk to our international caller. Hello, how are you, sir? Hello. Oh no, I think we're missing out on you, Randy Dapo. You are not getting us on the international line. Let's go back to the line and talk to this other person on the line. Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing? Oh my God. This new telephone is kind of very, very, very funny. Just hold on. We are having serious problem with our line here. Let's take Mr. Dapo. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello? Oh my God. No. I'm not getting you at the moment. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. Hello, sir. How are you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
First, I want to thank you for your topic on discussion. We have one say you keep about the rest. You know what? You say people from the street. You have to know market so that we are market is too good. Then I honor you go to go there. You want to the market where we are the market or for the people count the roof. To say, you know what? You say the people who are taking the people from the roof, they move back to the where your request to tell people to now.
Okay.
So that for the you're really only people need to your own road to be done, need to be like out of one and made out of one and the different people. They get happy, the people stay on the road. They are afraid of what people are actually on the road. You stay on the road.
Okay. We'll leave you right there, my brother. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute, sir. Let's hear you.
Yes, this is Randy. I listened to you and I just want to say you did a very good job to lay out what I describe as the soul of the country as an SOUL. The executive branch have failed the people of Liberia. The legislative branch also has disappointed the people. So the decision of the Supreme Court now, I don't know what the specified date is.
On the 26th.
Okay, on the 26th. This is the opportunity to separate itself from the two branches of government, where the interpretation of the law, the Constitution that provides us the opportunity to believe in our country. This is the test of the time that we all will witness from far and near to see what the decision will be. Because right now, Oliver, every time we turn on our phones from Liberia, it's nothing at the legislative branch but lawlessness, at the executive branch, lawlessness, and we are looking up to the Supreme Court to do the best. They can even be used as a teachable moment for even us in this country here. We are seeing things that are happening here in the U.S. where the federal district courts are doing everything possible to make sure that they maintain the law and order. Will Liberian do that? I don't know, but Oliver, we will be watching from far and near. But thank you.
Okay.
Very good topic.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. He's concerned about the law issue. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, KOK. My name is Soti Teller, and I call you from Ghana's to represent Banove Georgia.
Go ahead, Teller. Let's hear you.
KOK, we listened to our mothers there. You know, the last time I can remember 2023, you know, during the election time, we told our mothers that the people, they will not help you in the process. Let me forget about 2023. One president, we are building market to Ominga. When they start taking the people from real life, for them to go to Ominga, you know, Mo Ali there.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it.
Yeah, they said that, oh, you can't take our mother from the street. You get nowhere to get there. Omega and Jelly water there. All the one there. But just that our mothers sometimes want to say those kind of things, will not come, to Sunday, will just help them to the government so they can see it necessary that our mothers try to be, at the end of the side. Because they are not on the road. You can't just go at the one, you say 150 feet. That is too much. At least, go on the side so they can be able to pay their children's school fees. Because the country is not easy today. The country is not easy today, okay. I'm telling you, my brother, the day bread, everything you have to get a daily bread. Everything you have to get a children's visa, school fees, all those ones. You see, children are going to school, my brother. I'm telling you, you're all in to talk to the government, and the government try to help us. Even the motorcycle now, some of them their mothers and pay their brothers and sisters school fees, but the motorcycle are no more on the street again. All those things are affecting our people. You can't the Ghana very well again. Our poor will be affected on the Ghana very well again. My brother, where are we going with this country?
Okay.
Need to think, man. Ready?
Okay. All right. We leave you right there. We leave you, Secretary. Let's leave you and talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Okay. Yeah, the official spokesperson of the movement, I tell you,
go ahead.
This government is on civil line. This government is undemocratic and it's a wicked government that are trying to bring total sorrow on our people. That you were saying, that you were saying there is more hunger all around now. Can't take your microphone around and visit our people. More hunger, suppose I can get it to eat a day. Suppose I live on Gary. President Boga brought more suffering on our people, and it's wrong time. And again, you said yesterday that people are not going to the market. What now? And it's decepting their time. Don't be deceptive and be wicked to your people. Yesterday you were preaching a lot of dirty politics, and people follow you. Now you get there, and the thing the people been doing, they are the best surviving. Now you get there, then you won't stop it. How you expect the people to survive, President Boga? Your politicians will put us in the last time they didn't get a job. And you're not able to get all the poor job. So why you want to put them to go? You want more something to come, bro, and this is what Boga is doing, and it's wrong time. For the Supreme Court, we don't worry because Supreme Court and the higher decision about it making. So Supreme Court, what they will do, they will set precedent. So we don't worry about Supreme Court. Even when they go against the rule of law, that point when they get one of those to impeach them, so we know that one. Okay. So they'll do the right thing tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. William W. Blue, we leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Marketeers are complaining. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How are you?
I'm okay. Can okay, the news about political that I am of it. I'll call you this evening for the Congress sitting in comfort.
Go ahead.
And let me appreciate you for the copy and analysis you are making. I don't think our people need to share this ill treatment, maltreatment from this government. Because we want to shoot out the street is reserved for it to be clean and for people to not sit on it. But the government should be sensitive to the fact that the condition our people are facing, there's no opportunity for our people, there's no job. The government politically corrupted the Liberian people. There's a program saying you are bringing people in here. You are bringing people to get people job here. And today you're removing people from job. You're not providing job either in the private sector, nor in the government. And then you chasing people from the street. Because we are hard on the thinking. We honestly follow well that the people need to survive. So it's so far that you want to put a leave in the street, you will provide opportunity for them. But it was a limited time, it was not a single opportunity. So you say, let our people stay, let people look at the didn't pray. Look at our system. Look at our brothers and sisters. Even though some of them children exist, just real, but they are not brilliant.
Okay.
They are not brilliant. They will come in society. They will come in society because some of them will be the country prostitution, some of them will be cancer, they will be taking our food and our pay.
Thank you very much.
What Mr. Boga should be explicit and wicked and reckless and day coming.
We leave you right there, my brother. Let's talk to the other person. Well, quickly, then we call it a day. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello? Okay, we'll leave you on this other line. I don't know who brought this form, but this form is terrible. Let's talk to Man Sisi. Go ahead, Man Sisi, quickly.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, I do my phone.
We are great. No time.
Yeah, thank you yesterday. Okay. I will tell Boga, beat it. When we die, I won't worry. Beat it. When we die, I won't. Okay, let's go. Look, he's sweet my mouth like jello rice. You know what I'm saying? Look like they are shared TSK. Okay, one more person. We are better market. Market all the place and you say you go there. You say you go there and say that market will eat. The photo they say you will go in the market when I'm bad for you. You come back on person. We are talking all time. So my son the whole time what I read that market. Even talk to motorbike boy. It's not after with them. Yeah, they say the resistance we can't vote for you. Second round, person we are went there, my daughter-in-law, and said no. What I saw for the first vote for the first round, and they said the fight. What was the guy to you so much? He did market for you. Why you voted he give it to you? Why you voted against it? So I start to ask you, tell me why you say you voted against it. So I go to my husband, and they told them one play your husband became coach. We don't want market one set on the street. They never say save your life. They say they get one back. So they walk out beat it. Why they cry? They will not cry. They may tell you when I win. They think I will hear it. When I hear, I will take it from here. He said fire. He said, oh, you do they want? They said, no, we are a foolish man. He was selling food. He was book out there. So they message their market for my people. So we live on the house. The woman went as well. We are so happy. We went there. He was sorting up. He was telling us, we don't know nothing. No company in the country, no job. They were book out beating there. They all car they won't fly him mass here. They didn't give me chance. No walk out beat it. Beat it, cry. I let out for the crying. I get here for them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. And we'll join this other person while we try to arrange for our transitioning. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing?
Yeah, okay, how you doing?
We are great, my dear brother. Quickly, let's hear you.
Okay, this is probably about to start it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
This afternoon, I'll call you
Go ahead.
Water has never been a person or a president that respect the law of this country. And so does not look for to uphold the law of this country. Instead, it's every time the law of this country. And so that I have to do it, getting so obvious, you know,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there and take the last person. Go ahead. You're the last. Go ahead, my brother.
Let me be fair with you. See, sometimes in the political way, sometimes when you have a man in the room, I say rumor, and the man is not teaching you bad, but you just see everything the man brings to you is bad, and you say, oh, today I don't want to now bring to the man. Now the result down there, for me, I will tell you, the cost for me to even join the ceremony, I will be there. I want them to be there more than that, even on the street.
Oh.
But next time
You want to say the police to beat the marketeer? Okay, thank you very much. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go right now. Thank you very much. We got to go. Okay. Okay, we leave you right there. My dear brother. We will leave you right there. I don't know who brought this telephone, but we gotta go home. Yes, we definitely. That's terrible. We definitely gotta go home. We'll return here on Monday, by the grace of God. But until we do, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time. My name is Kai. I'll be here on Monday. God's will. Bye bye from our end. It was technically challenging, but we're good that we had to do the show. We'll return on Monday by the grace of God.
Table more open. The gap rate starting from 60%. Before 12, that one, more than 10.
Jabby there. Yeah.